Welcome to your reading. Wow, right off the top. Cards flying. It's going to be a heck of a reading here, Virgo. So, we're here to uncover how it is that you can get the third party gone. All right. So, basically, this reading is for you. If you are, you could be single, you could be married, you could be living together. Um, and you're in a situation in which the door has been opened to a third party. And Virgo, quite frankly, you're 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 through with this. You want the third party gone. You want to reconnect more strongly with your person, and you want to ensure that the healing occurs that needs to occur in order to be happy and live without this type of confusion and, dare I say, fuckery in your life again. All right. So, if that's you, Virgo, and this is what you want to achieve, then by all means, this is your reading. And quite frankly, it's the closest thing you're going to get to a personal reading, all right, about the situation. So, I want to give a few caveats. First of all, please do not feel like you need to submit to someone in order to stay in a situation when they want to constantly bring in third parties, if that's not what you've signed up for, if that's not what you want in your heart of hearts. I would never promote that. Also, would not promote a situation in which you feel unsafe physically or emotionally. All right. And keep in mind, this is a general reading. So if you feel for some reason it is not resonating with you, Virgo, keep in mind also that, tarot is predictive. Certain things have not happened yet, and the cards could be pointing to that as well. But go ahead and subscribe so that as messages drop over the next few days, you are the first one to know about it. All right, Spirit, let's get some messages on the board. And how we're going to do this is I'm going to start by doing a small spread that reveals what it is Spirit wants you to know, um, the important messages that you need to keep in mind as you move forward in working on getting this third party gone. All right. And then I'll pull a more in-depth spread where we will look specifically at your person, what's going on in their head, what you may not know is going on in their head. And we'll look at the third party too and see why they seem to have the upper hand at the moment and what their weaknesses are and how you can actually get them out of your way. All right, so let's give a few more shuffles here as Spirit is instructing me, and let's get this reading started. While I do my last shuffle here, feel free to go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and join the tribe. All right, we stay well informed over here thanks to Spirit and our in-depth readings. And also, I plan to do more lives. I've gotten away from it and into some shorter format readings, but I plan to do more lives. So if you have selected all notifications, you'll know when that's happening. All right, your first message, Virgo, comes by way of the Five of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Swords in the reverse. Also, we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. And so, Virgo, the first message coming through with this Five of Pentacles is this is like the overall, like, this is a lot of depression that I'm feeling coming through. So if you are in a place of feeling depressed, Virgo, please definitely listen to these messages because it's going to guide you towards your achieving the goal that you have here. But also understand that from a low emotional place, things become much more difficult to try to traverse in regards to the situation. So do what you can to infuse peace, infuse a feeling of self-love, and so that you can go forward with the strength that you need. You know, some of this feels also with the Five of Pentacles in regards to getting rid of this third party. Like, there's going to be some heavy lifting here. So if you're going to commit to getting this done, then you need to be at an your optimal state emotionally, right? Because as you go through, you're going to experience some ups and downs, and you're going to experience highs and lows, right? Where it's going to be some back and forth energy is what I'm feeling with this Five of Pentacles. So if you need help getting to that optimal emotion excuse me, emotional space, let me grab my water here. Emotional space. If you need help, by all means, please do that. And there are all sorts of ways to get that help. And of course, there are ways that are actually very affordable. So I suggest you look into sites like betterhelp.com. All right. So that is what's coming through here with the Five of Pentacles. Sorry for bumping the camera there. We also have the Page of Swords in the reverse. And this is indicating that in some ways you've stopped looking, where you may at one point have been very focused on what your person was doing, how they were doing it, and how they were getting away with it, and what was actually happening. And for some of you, that's how you discovered the presence of this third party, right? But Spirit is saying, like, it's almost like it hurt your eyes too much to see the things that you were seeing. So you pulled back from the actual looking. That could be a good thing in regards to helping yourself emotionally, right? But unfortunately, in order to solve a problem, you have to see the problem, right? And so, if you really are going to move forward with getting this third party out of your way, there will be things that you need to see. And even as we get further into this reading, there will be things that we'll be taking a look at. We'll be taking a deep dive, like I said, into your person's mind to see what it is that you don't know that is actually in their thoughts in regards to this situation, and in their thoughts in regards to you, and in their thoughts in regards to the third party. None of that is intended as information to be hurtful to you. But once again, in order to get to the bottom of this issue and work it out in the way that you would like to work it out, we got to take a deep look at it. So if you're triggered by any of that, it's not intentional on my part. It's just, it's better to know so that we can, with Spirit's help, get a plan to get you where you want to be and get that third party the hell out of here. So with the Seven of Pentacles, there definitely is a sense here of impatience, not wanting to wait on results, right? Not saying you're going to have to wait a long time on results, just saying that there is an impatience here about this. You may have been dealing with this for quite some time. This may be a situation that's just been ongoing for a long time for some of you. But Spirit also with the Seven of Pentacles wants you to know this may not be a long wait. If you enact the plan that we lay out here today and you execute on it perfectly, the wait won't be so long. So be encouraged by that. That's good news, right? That's good news, because we know how things can go when someone gets their tentacles Someone like a third party gets their tentacles into your person. So let's dig deeper. Let's take a look at your person, Virgo. Let's take a look at what's going on in their brain. Let's take a look at how that third party has squirmed their way in there and taken hold of your person so that we can undo it, so that we can beat them at their own game, so to speak. All right? Because a lot of times for a third party individual, it is a game. They know at some point they are, even if they start out not knowing that your person is in a full-blown relationship or marriage, they become aware of it at some point, and it becomes this like chess game. How are they gonna win? We're gonna beat them at that chess game, right? Because quite frankly, spirit plays chess better than all of us. So with spirit's guidance, yeah, we're gonna beat this person. We're gonna beat them at their own game. All right, so let me get one last shuffle in here, and then we'll pull these cards. So your first message, Virgo, comes by way of the Six of Swords. That is being followed by temptation, which is the devil in the reverse. We also have here the Eight of Cups, followed by the Three of Cups in the reverse. Next, we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse, followed by in this deck it's the Chief, but really it is the Emperor in the reverse. Next, we have the Universe, which is the World card. And yes, Virgo, we're pulling a lot of cards here. I told you this is going to be an intense reading, so be prepared. We're digging deep as we have the Five of Cups. Next, we have the Two of Cups in the reverse, and we're following that up with the Nine of Swords in the reverse. The underlying energy affecting everything on the bottom of the deck is the Page of Coins or the Page of Pentacles. All right, so let's dig in here. What is happening, Spirit? Give us some insight into Virgo's person. We're going to go inside your person's brain right off the rip here and see what's happening. And with this Six of Swords, as well as the Temptation card, which is the Devil in the reverse, it's like this person has, and again, we're looking at it from your person's point of view. We're inside their brain. These may be facts unknown to you in regards to their thoughts. Just putting that out there so you have some understanding of what's coming forward here. There were a lot of thoughts that your person was having of actually leaving the connection with you, just walking away from it in a sense. They felt this sense of, it was a stress that was related to not feeling as if they could not act on their desire for some of the things that we would deem unsavory, right? Especially unsavory when you actually are in a relationship and supposed to be with one and only person. Like, they're in a relationship with you, Virgo. They're supposed to be with you. That's the understanding. That's the commitment. And they're having these other thoughts that don't coincide with that, right? And for a lot of you with this Devil in reverse, what I'm seeing is a lot of you are with someone who has sexual addictions, right? And so for them, in their mind, that addiction, because we know how strong an addiction is, right? That addiction is is not being met because, again, it's a one-on-one relationship. It's supposed to be you and your person, and that's it. And their addiction takes them to the realm and thoughts of having multiple partners. But knowing you're not going to be down with that, Virgo, that you're not going to agree to that, or at least not going to agree to that and for a long period of time, because I do have this feeling like there are some Virgos out there that were like, okay, I know this is a part of my person's thought process and what they like and what they're drawn to, so let me submit to that in the short term to make them happy, and then we'll go right back to the one-on-one, right? Well, that wasn't enough. It was like feeding that addiction and making it stronger. So for others of you, though, this is like a propensity that they have, and they did not feel that it could be met. For others of you who your person is not um, weighed down with a sexual addiction, it was an addiction to some other things. Like they may like to party, like what we would consider partying really hard, in the fact that there may be substances involved, that kind of things. Those things seem to not jive with your lifestyle, Virgo, or they didn't jive with your everyday lifestyle. So let's say you do like to party as well, and those are some of the things that you would indulge in from time to time in a party sense. This person's draw to those things is stronger, and they desire it more on a day-to-day kind of thing, right? So in other words, there is addictive types of behavior here. With this devil being in the reverse, those feelings, those propensities were not going away. They were not able to calm them, right? And so at the deep root of what we have here, which has eventually led to the actions that your person took to open that door to a third party, we have some type of addictive uh, behavior, like fueling those actions. And so, why this is important for you to know, Virgo, is because when you get this third party out of your damn way, and when you go to pull your person in closer and heal the connection, there is a need here to get some healing, to have your person face those things with someone who can actually provide help, right? So, this is information that you need to have for that future date when you are actually working towards pulling your connection back together and healing it. Very important, because we don't want to heal this, get the third party out of the way, heal the connection, and face it again later on down the line. We want to get this third party gone and this be it. It's just you and your person, Virgo. That's the goal here. So then we have also here with the Eight of Cups, when your person, they have a pattern. They definitely have a pattern that they've been involved in other connections before the connection with you. And when they start to feel those addictions that we talked about flare up, they just walk away. So, like I said here, with the Six of Swords, there was these thoughts deep in their mind of walking away from you. But even as strong as these addictions are, and their propensity to go ahead and leave normally, they stayed with you. So there's something there about you, Virgo, that is different for them, that instead of just picking up, getting their stuff, and walking away, and I feel for many of your persons, Virgo, that this propensity to walk away is like happens in the middle of the night, happens when you go off to work. It's like they would be with someone when they feel the strong pull of those addictions, then they make their escape when the person's not around and the person comes home to an empty home, or they're ghosted. For those that don't live together, they're ghosted and wondering what the hell happened. Because Virgo, quite frankly, when this person pulls their disappearing act, it's like they don't go back later on. They're not normally going back and getting back together. That's not a normal part of their MO. So they kind of get all their things in line and they head out. Again, at a time, they don't leave a note, they just leave, and it's cowardly behavior, to be quite honest. But this is just more background. And for some of you, you're not even aware that this is a pattern for them. So this is important for you to know as you move forward through this situation, what's motivating your person, what has motivated them in the past. So now let's turn our focus to this third party, right? And with the Three of Cups in the reverse, this is all right. So this is a stretch for the Three of Cups in the reverse. But what I'm seeing here, because I do read cards intuitively as well as like in a classical sense, what I'm seeing here is, we talked about how for a lot of you, your person has this propensity to party and all that kind of stuff. But also, even in this sexual addiction, this is more like this feeling that your person gets is like they're free and they're able to interact with others. And in a sense, that in itself is a party, right? So this third party person has the energy for your person of making them feel like they're doing their thing, like this is the party, that like this person is the party, right? But at the same time, this third party draws them in a one-on-one fashion, right? So this third party probably goes further down the line than you would be willing to. Not to say that you should be willing to, Virgo, but this third party goes with the flow of that sexual addiction, goes with the flow of partying, maybe the substances, that kind of thing, much more further than you would. And then makes that person feel like in those moments that, oh, you're the light of my world. It's a really hard vibe to describe, but your person recognizes in this third party that, oh, I feel like I'm the center of this person's world, but then we're out here being free with the rest of the world, right? It's intense, all right? So I'm just letting you know what this person's advantage is with your person, Virgo, all right? So that's what kind of has your person so strongly drawn to this third party at the moment. So I hope I'm explaining that in a way that makes sense. Now let's look here at the Eight of Swords in the reverse. This is talking about your person using this third party to relieve the stress and burden that they often feel with these addictive behaviors, right? So it's almost like the third party is a stand-in teddy bear, right? So when your person is feeling the highs and the highs of this addictive behavior, your person is along for the ride because the third party makes them feel those highs even more intently. And then when they're feeling the lows of those types of addictive behaviors, this party, punching bag is too strong of a word or a term. It's more like they take the little jabs at this person, the little nastiness that your person may give off when they're feeling the lows of the addictive behavior. This third party takes all of that from them. Okay? So what this really says about your person's intention towards a third party is that it's not rooted in any kind of love or love type emotion. This is your person acting out on their pains and on their addiction with another person in a way that would not be acceptable with you, Virgo. So this person is like a teddy bear. Think about a little kid with a teddy bear. When you're happy and you need comforting, the teddy bear, you grab your teddy bear, you sleep at night in the bed with your teddy bear. When you're angry and your parents have grounded you to your room as a young child, you grab that teddy bear and you take out your aggression on that teddy bear. That's what this third party is to your person. All right. So until your person has a chance to heal, there's going to be that need for that teddy bear, which is why I stressed a little bit ago. It is so important when you get this third party out of the way to get the help that is needed here for your person and for yourself. Like, you've been through a lot as a result of just what is happening with this third party being interjected into your situation. So you both need that, right? Um, so next up, we have the message that comes from the Emperor in the reverse, right? And this is talking about not taking any shit. That's what it's talking about, to be just straightforward. That's the most straightforward way. And it's not just not taking anything off of someone, it's talking about having your standards, which, yeah, from what we're seeing here already in the spread, what we've covered already, I know you have a standard, and that standard is, I'm only going to go so far down this rabbit hole with you, and I'm not going to submit to all these things and how far you will take it. Yes, that is a standard. However, it's a reactionary standard, right? So, what this Emperor in the reverse is really talking about is having the standards that are like, these are deal breakers, and no matter what, these are the deal breakers, right? You're not going to get around that. And then sticking to it and standing up for yourself, right? And if that involves having to just, again, to say having to be nasty about it is a little strong, but standing up no matter what for yourself, right? That's going to kind of be the thing that helps you, Virgo, to disrupt the energy of the connection that's happening between your person and the third party. So, in other words, you have to stand on your square and maintain that. And especially because I feel a lot of you Virgos are going to have a run in with this third party person. And you got to stand on your square. You cannot let this person punk you, because the feeling that I get is that's exactly what their strategy is going to be when they actually have this run in with you. They're going to try to punk you, right? And you have to stand on your square. I'm not advocating for any type of physical violence, but you got to stand firm and give that person the what for. Like, that's how you're going to have to be in that situation. the third party either they have a perception of you either because they've seen you in the past, in possibly there's been a run-in already, but they have this perception of you, and it may be being fueled by your person and what your person is saying about you, but that, you know, you're feeling weak about this whole thing because you're hurt, and who knows what kind of reckless thing your person may have said to the third party in regards to you. So you got to show them the opposite of that when they initiate this run in, because I do feel that the third party is going to go out of their way to have a run in with you, Virgo. And you got to stand on your square and go the what for, as we just, as I just alluded to. So wait, with this world card, what we have is, a weakness of this third party that you can exploit. Because really, think about, as much as we've talked about this addictive type behavior and the thing, the third party, to be quite honest with you, is kind of sick of that. Like, they're kind of over it. They're kind of over your person's shit. Okay. On one hand, they're being like, I'll party with you till the break of dawn, but really behind the scene in their head, they're kind of over it. All right. And what they're feeling is if they can get you out of the way, then your person won't be acting out so much on that stuff. But that's not true. But they don't know that. And that's their weakness. They don't know that. So, this being a little tired of trying to keep up with every whim that your person has, and tired of being like the teddy bear, like they also feel as if when they can get you out of the way, Virgo, then, there'll be less of these episodes where they're taking your person's bad behavior because they'll be happier with them. So, again, this is an assumption that's dead wrong, and it works against them because the longer you stand on your square, as we discussed over there with that Emperor in reverse, the longer they have to take your person's stuff and to be everything out here partying, doing stuff even when they don't feel like it, succumbing to that sexual addiction kind of thing when they don't feel like it. Because let's be clear, the third party don't feel like doing that all the time. They indulge your person as much as they feel they need to, but they don't feel like living that out all the damn time. And that is the crack in the foundation that you're going to exacerbate by standing on your square, especially when that confrontation happens between you and the third party. But just standing on your square with your person as well, because it will cause adjustments in how your person starts to relate to you, and you start to take back your power and gain more power in this relationship, Virgo. And then the third party, in having to go through the back end of this, see the other side of it with your person, they become more and more tired, and eventually they walk the hell away because they're like, okay, this is too much. I can't. Like, I thought I was going to be I thought Virgo was a little more of a pushover and I was going to be able to get you to myself, but no, that's not what's happening. Now, with this Five of Cups, your person is truly expecting you, Virgo, to have all these regrets, because with everything that's happening in your connection at the moment, of course, ideally, it's not what you want. The separations that this has caused, the fights, the lack of closeness that you once felt with your person feels like they expect that you're in your head and you have all these regrets that are making you weak. And to be honest, that is mainly what they're telling this third party about you, right? So that's what's led to this third party thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna confront Virgo. I'm gonna knock him right off their square because they're just kind of wallowing and I hold the power right now because I have their person's attention. See, so that's what they've been feeding the third party, but they're feeding it because that's what they're expecting you to do. When you stand on your square and hold your ground, Virgo, that's going to take them for a loop. A loop that will unravel everything they've got going on with the third party because they're going to be trying to figure out what the hell, what's going on with Virgo. I guess I need to get a little bit my shit together because Virgo is acting up, acting different. I'm not used to this. I got to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to send them in your person in your direction more because really, as we discussed, this connection with them in the third party, not a love connection, not a love connection. It's a connection of convenience, right? For their bad behavior. So we have the Two of Cups in the reverse. When I say stand on your square, Virgo, you better sell it to the point of you know, I'm I'm willing to walk away for good. That will get your person's attention really strongly. You cannot use this as a threat over and over, though. You got to pick your time to say those words, and you say them with the intention of acting on them. And your person does not want that. They don't want it. They don't want it. They know they're effing up. They know they're the problem. They know you haven't done anything. You don't deserve this. They know that. It's going to turn them around. I know. Well, it actually doesn't sound simple, but it sounds like really that's going to be it in the end. Like I said, you can't use it as a threat over and over. It's like you pick your opportunity, you consistently stand on your square, but when something comes up that is like, listen, I can't do this anymore. You got to you have to mean it in the sense that you have to mean that you will act on those words. It will get your person's attention in a way that is like, will make them turn around. So once you do that, we have the Nine of Swords and the reverse, which for you, all the anxiety of this situation will be finally have a chance to melt away. Why? Because your person will walk away from the third party, alleviating the stress that's been happening with that third party standing there in the midst all this time, and the healing can finally begin for the both of you. But like I said, with this, oh, excuse me, I gotta reach over here. With this Page of Pentacles here, you have to understand this underlying energy. There's a strong immaturity in your person. I don't care how old they are. I don't care if you're dating a 70-year-old, okay? There's a strong immaturity in this person that has been fueling all of this all along. Their inability to deal with a problem that they know they have, that they know that most people would look at as a problem in a relationship, and just to go out there breaking people's hearts and walking away as they feel they can do whenever they feel like things are too. That's immaturity at its core. right? There's immaturity in there. There's other things in there, but there's immaturity. So understand that the healing process isn't something that you can manage by having long heart to heart talks with your person, Virgo. You really have to, in order to put this back together and put it back together in a way that's going to make you happy with this person, you have to seek the help that's needed. I hope that this has been helpful. Please subscribe, and I wish you all the best. Until next time, Virgo.